Welcome to a new Heart of Destiny series, Balance and Depth, where we will look at balance issues in the game. Recently, many Guardians have been speaking out suggesting that pulse rifle range is too good, making the weapon class too powerful. In this episode, we will look at the issue thoroughly. I will give my opinion and look at solutions. The issue. Pulse rifles currently in Destiny 2 are some of the most potent weapons available that can be used at both medium and long range. The main issue being brought up is their range or damage drop-off, so let's have a look at what kind of range these weapons possess, as well as some other factors that assist in creating the situation. At base, pulse rifles have a range of between 35 and 40 meters, depending on the range stat of your specific rifle. This places them as mid to long range weapons, meaning they'll be most effectively used not at long range, but in the area between medium and long range. Now this is where you go, what? Nah, they have more range than that. And you're right, there are three things that take these weapons' range to the next level. Number 1, aggressive and high impact frame. These two frames come with a built-in 1.1x visual zoom factor. This zoom will offer improved recoil and range at the cost of peripheral vision. Number 2, rangefinder and ricochet rounds. Both of these perks will also offer a 0.1x zoom factor, although note that ricochet rounds zoom is internal and does not offer a visual change, therefore no recoil improvement. Number 3, scopes and sights. With the use of higher zoom optics, you can seriously push out your damage drop-off. With a high zoom optic or even a medium zoom optic, on certain weapons, you'll be able to easily push into the low end of scout rifle range. Let's look at some pulse rifle examples. The right side of wrong aggressive pulse rifle with a 77 range stat and a 0.4x medium zoom scope will have a minimum range of 66 meters and a 114 meter maximum range. You go figure with a 72 range stat and a 0.15x low zoom scope will have a minimum range of 53 meters and a 92 meter max range. For comparison, here is the lowest range scout rifle in Destiny 2, the Black Scorpion 4SR. With a 29 range stat, it has a minimum range of 69 meters and a 121 meter max range. Here's my thoughts on this. Many weapons can roll with rangefinder and ricochet rounds. It's not a pulse rifle specific thing. Yes, pulse rifles can have quite exceptional range, but if you compare it to scout rifles, it seriously pales in comparison. Scout rifles are on a totally different level. Here's a question. Why don't you use auto rifles or scout rifles? Please do answer in the comments what you feel that it is, but I have some reasons here that you may or may not have realized. Auto rifles. Most don't have scope options. In the year 1 of Destiny 2, auto rifles were hot, and the best were those with the best range, which made scopes on those vital. Whether you were thinking about it or not, you likely used a medium zoom scope while not realizing it was in fact giving your weapon at least 25% more range, allowing you to down mighty users with ease. Now post-Forsaken, and there are very few autos that have scope options, with all the most common ones having barrel options instead. The fact is, without a medium zoom scope, your auto rifle will have no chance of competing with pulse rifles at mid to long range. Time to kill and DPS. Auto rifles are the highest DPS rifle class weapon, but sadly it's not by much, and their time to kill is equal to or slower than pulse rifles depending on the archetype. This means that auto rifles' only advantage on pulse rifles is its body time to kill, and that's basically it. Pulse rifles have them beat in essentially every other area. Scout rifles. Time to kill and DPS. Sorry, I can't really surprise you here. Scout rifles just kill far too slowly with no redeeming factors. All scout rifles kill slightly slower than their pulse rifle counterparts, with headshots, while at the same time having far slower body shot time to kill. Maps. Scout rifles have crazy good range, yeah, that's their redeeming factor. Sadly, this statement does not work, as the maps in the game tend to have few long-range sightlines where these would actually be able to shine. The longest sightline you'll see will likely be in the 60 to 70 meter range, which means that your scout rifle will have to compete with long-range pulse rifles. In these fights, you will be even or only at a slight advantage on pulse rifle users, as they will have a hard time landing all their shots at those distances. But why would you use a weapon that only gives a marginal advantage at a highly uncommon engagement distance while being weak in every other instance? You won't use it. Solutions. Nerf pulse rifle range. I tried to write a way that this works, but it just doesn't. Pulse rifle users have so many options at their disposal to improve range that you would either have to nerf those options, make them unavailable to these pulse rifles, or drop a seriously heavy range nerf. Those are certainly options, but do consider that with pulse rifle range nerfed, hand cannons will seriously dominate the meta. Just nerf aggressive and high impact pulse rifles. So let's remove that nasty zoom bonus on these frames and reduce the range stat. That these weapons come with. This is certainly a realistic option and the only nerf that makes some sense. Buffing auto rifles and scout rifles. Let's go and improve on the weaknesses mentioned previously to make these weapons viable options for use. These weapons will not suddenly become overwhelmingly OP with a few small or even significant buffs, but what it will do is make Guardians consider trying these weapons while not degrading the things they already enjoy. Well, there it is. Yes, we still need buffs. No, you don't have to worry about the elusive power creep just yet. Most weapons are still significantly weaker than their original Destiny counterparts. I say return scout rifles to their former glory. What do you think of this situation? Are pulse rifles too strong? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.
Yeah. Gonna look random on the PSN pages. One in the troll called Your Gums on My Plums.
Rude. Scandalous.